Look there at spectacular SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Tonight, a couple of rivals doing battle in the NFC West. It's the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you, the kicker, Chad Ryland. Gonna get things started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Rams once again led by Matthew Stafford at quarterback. First 12 years with Detroit, his 5th year with the Rams, including a Super Bowl championship, winning Super Bowl 56. The #1 overall pick all the way back in 2009.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But when he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further.
They'll try again after the incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Play action, Stafford. Oh, right at the outset, he lost the football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football, get on it to keep possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Not the sharpest of starts on offense. Here an early 3rd and long. A shotgun snap to Stafford. He's going to look deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? Offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
A fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. They're going to be led out by their veteran signal caller out of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
And after studying this quarterback, Mike, I really like the way he carries himself. He really takes accountability. Every time there's something that goes wrong, he puts it on his shoulders. And every time there's success, he's always the first one to give it to everybody else. That's the kind of leadership role you're looking for out of this position, and I think this guy's a great example of it.
He'll step up and run.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
At the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He gets that to his big target, Trey McBride. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
18 on the play.
They get 18 on the pitch and catch. It's an Arizona 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
They'll run. It's Amari DiMercado. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
The 45-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun is Brissett. Back to the right side. Caught by McBride. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone. Inside the 20-yard line. A pickup there of 28 yards.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal. He's inside the 10. Mark him at the 7.
At the 7-yard line. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get 1st down after 1st down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Here's a run. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. And a stoppage here for injury. One of the Cardinals shaken up. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. On the run, here's Carter. He'll get a couple, mark him down at the 3.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Line of scrimmage, the 3. 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. And he's in. Craig McBride. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Arizona.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Ryland now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Cardinals will take a 7-0 lead.
Rams nothing.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. On the return, this is Blake Corum. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Rams offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. First carry here for Kyron Williams. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Brought down back at the
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, Stafford. This one not quite on target. Intended too much. That one falls incomplete. Tutu Atwell was the one he was looking for.
13.
Third down coming up.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Third and long. Here's Stafford. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And the Rams first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
On the carry, it's Williams. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Second down, it's Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And he is out of bounds. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Rams first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Now think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, and I don't think it's going to be his last.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
From the 31, here comes a 2nd and a yard. Man in motion is Smith. On play action, it's Stafford. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Big Dalvin Tomlinson in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's third down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. Atwell sent in motion here. Throw it on third down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Stafford's pass.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long. And as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet, but I could promise you they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one.
Here's Ethan Evans now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Cardinals offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Here is Brissett. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
On second down, it's Brissett. The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line.
It's
The offense's backs were already up against the wall, and after suffering that last sack, it's all but eliminated whatever breathing room they had left, and for the rest of this drive, they don't have much room for error at all.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Carter. And that's not going to be nearly enough. He'll get 4, but 4th and long. Coming up.
8-yard line. 3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, it's Matt Hawk to punt. Xavier Smith deep to return. Oh, that's not going to work out at all. That is a safety. Defenses dream about those, whether it's a pick six or a scoop and score. Even this one, Greg, 2 points. When the defense puts points on the board, they feel great about it.
Mike, talk about getting the job done on defense. Not only does it result in 2 points on the scoreboard, but now the offense is going to get the ball back, and likely with great field position.
And he'll be taken down as the next drive will begin there. The Rams offense ready to see what they can do. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. Man in motion is Smith. A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. To the left side, and Adams has it. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
It's a gain
Love
of
to start
18.
any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and
nowhere to go. He is taken down. Josh Sweat in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. It's a big play with Stafford and Nakua. 41 yards.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
We have an injured player for the Rams on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's a 2nd and 6. They put Adams in motion. Play action, Stafford. It is brought in the end zone. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
Not going for two, they'll kick the point after. The kick is good, and the Rams will up it to a 2-point lead.
Cardinals 7.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cards offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll run here. It's Carter. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
2nd and 10. On the RPO, it's a throw, and it's Higgins. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now, Brissett. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Rams offense ready to take over once again. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Garrett Williams on the stop. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
Atwell sent in motion here. So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. 9-7 is our score. We're back in Southern California in a moment. Second quarter now. Rams in control of the football from the 34-yard line. Here's second down and 7 as we are ready to get back underway. On the give, it's Williams. And this is going to be a Rams first down. He'll get this up past the 40-yard line.
A 7-yard gain.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
From the 44-yard line, here's second and 7. Working out of the gun, Stafford. Right back to Adams. He's got it again. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
They'll run the sneak. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the first down.
That's good.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
They'll run it with Williams, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. It's another run here for Williams. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 16-yard pickup on that one. First down, L.A.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
From the 25, here's second and 3. They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Corum. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And this defense holding their ground. They'll stop him for no gain. 4th down, straight ahead.
It's 4th down.
Sean McVay will send out the field goal unit. This will be from 42 yards out. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Rams add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Cardinals offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll start out first down and 10. Into the secondary, past the 40. Inside the 20. And he is gone. 72 yards. Touchdown, Arizona. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Extra point now by Riley. He gets it to go, and the Cardinals will up it to a 2-point lead.
14, Rams 12.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. On the return, here comes Corum. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They'll begin with first and 10. It's a bootleg with Stafford. That's out wide to Williams. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's second and 8. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early.
Automatic first down.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for first and 10. Here's a handoff to Williams. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
They'll go again here with Williams. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
They'll come up here, first and 10. Off play action, it's Stafford. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
The motion man is Nakua. On second down, here's Stafford. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. They'll try to sneak it here, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Gain of a yard. That's good for a Rams first down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
First down, it is Williams. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Rams first down.
That's another Rams.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
A throw on the move is caught. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is a great example of why it's so critical that on defense, everybody does their job. You got a free hit blitzer coming right at the quarterback, but because they don't contain him in the pocket, they allow him to escape, and it doesn't allow that blitz to get home.
Parkinson in motion. Stafford now on second down. Got his man at the 6. And he'll take this one in. Puka Nakua. Touchdown, Rams.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass. But really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He's got it, and the Rams will up the lead to 5.
Makes the score Rams 19, Cardinals 14.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense and running back Amari DiMercato set to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop, and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
On the ground, DeMercado. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
He was brought down by
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Operating from the gun is Brissett. He gets this complete to Michael Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. A short one here, caught by McBride. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Now it's Brissett toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
It's just a matter of time. I don't care how good you are or how good a hand you have. You are going to drop passes. It is inevitable in the NFL. But it's the guys that don't let one drop pass lead to 2. They have the ability to put it behind them, move forward, and they can't wait for that next ball to be thrown their way.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Brissett. This one's broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
A 37-yard attempt.
Ryland's kick
The kick
is good. And the Cardinals will cut the deficit down to 2.
Cardinals 17.
And I can tell you first, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very case. It does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic return.
And not only a heck of a return, but it changes a little bit of the coach's strategy. You're thinking he's just going to sit on this score. He's willing to take it into the locker room for the half. All of a sudden now you get a big return, you got a short field, and this offense has a chance to steal some points here before halftime.
Kyron Williams and the Rams offense ready to get back to work. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. Stafford now on 1st down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
Now a 2nd down throw for Stafford. This one caught by Parkinson. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
3rd down and 12.
Third and long. It'll be a run out of the gun with Williams. And they'll only get a couple on this one, so the defense holds, and it brings up fourth down.
At the 43-yard line.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on fourth down, Mike, based on what they do on third down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that fourth down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for the Rams. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit in the field of play and continue out of bounds. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So, halftime here out west. Let's send it east to Scott Hansen. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counterpunch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half. This is still anyone's ball game at this point. The difference is just 2 as we begin quarter number 3. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cardinals offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They trail by 2. And we'll start this drive with first and 10. Throwing, Brissett. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Second and 2 at the 34-yard line.
They'll come to the line now on second and 2. They'll run. It's Gimondato. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No gain.
Here's third and 2. We're set. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
You could see that he was trying to find something downfield, trying to take a shot there on third and short, but really nice job understanding there was nothing downfield, no need to force it. Get the ball underneath, get a fresh set of downs, and start over again.
Whoa! And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second and 4. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
The 42.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Brissett gonna throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
This offensive line has to do a better job, Mike, of communicating the protection pre-snap, especially on these key 3rd downs. The blitz overwhelms them from the jump, and now they're picking their quarterback off the ground.
The Cardinals lining up for punt.
Formation for the Cardinals.
And this is going to backfire in a big way. Going for it on their own side of midfield, but they turn it over on downs. They put Adams in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll manage to break a tackle, get this forward for a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Now it's Williams. Into space. And he will not be quite able to stretch the ball out. They're going to mark him down after that huge run all the way to the 1. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's 1st and goal.
There's 2 elements to a successful run play, and the key is having them aligned. The offensive line needs to block according to the play and create space, but the back has to hit that space at the appropriate time. And this is a clear example as to why it leads to big gains.
Trying to find a crease in that massive humanity, but he is going to come up short.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Williams, and this is not going to do it either. Stop for no gain. And just like that, it's 3rd and goal.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against the wall, back-to-back plays, you hold tight. They set themselves up here to defend a 4th and goal try.
Who wants it more here? 4th and goal from the 1. They'll go for it. It's Williams. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Kyron Williams. Touchdown, L.A.
Well, it turns out it was the 4th time that ended up being the charm, Mike, so they get stopped 3 rush attempts in a row. So what do? They keep the offense out there and they say, all right, try to stop us a 4th. The defense can't keep them out of the end zone, and that was a big-time job finishing off that drive for the offense.
A try here for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Rams will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9.
Cardinals 17.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. Now return coming from the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
At their own
Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with first down. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
The ball carrier. Emmanuel Forbes on the stop. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. To throw is Brissett. Now he takes off. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. And he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. He takes off.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback, just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. It's the quarterback with a sneak. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
He'll decide to keep this once more. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
Here is Brissett. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. Number 14 with a pickup of 14. And a first down.
First down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards.
13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down. Here's a toss, right side. The defense stringing them out. No gain, back to the original line of scrimmage.
Emmanuel Forbes on the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Rams' 15-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Brissett. Now he'll run it. And he's in! That his second touchdown tonight. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now Ryland for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Cardinals will cut it to a 2-point lead.
26, Cardinals 24.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. On the return, here comes Corum. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Tyron Williams and the Rams offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now is one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
They'll go again here with Williams. And he's going to get first down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Here's 1st and 10. It's another run here for Williams. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
At the 50-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They go jet sweep and give it to Adams. And that one shut down almost immediately. Good pressure from the backside. Left them nowhere to go. And no gain.
Brings up 3rd.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
Stafford will throw here on 3rd and 1. That's taken in left side by Smith. And he's going to have a first down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this 3rd quarter. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this.
What's the bet? What's the bet?
Fourth quarter begins, and it's a run by Williams. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Parkinson in motion. Second down, it's Stafford. Short throw, pulled in by Parkinson. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 6.
Just a simple hitch route, nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Stafford now on third down. That one caught by Smith. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again. Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
On second down, a run with Williams. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up third down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And on third down, that ball's incomplete.
And on that third down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up fourth down.
So on is the kicker, Harrison Mevis, in a big spot. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal.
Yeah, it just felt like that one was out of rhythm from the start, Mike. So what you're looking for is the kicker, the holder, and the long snapper to be able to all work in unison. And it just seemed that half-second delay getting into the motion gave the defense all it needed to get through and block that kick.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the ground, DeMarcado. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
Made at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On play action, Brissett. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. 13 yards on that pass play. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
First down, Arizona.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. He'll run again. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up first and goal.
So the field goal here gets you the late lead. You gotta think you want 6 when you have it first down and goal. And he's gonna be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal.
Brings up second.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Harder, trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he is going to come up short.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
For the lead, here is third and goal. They'll run the sneak, and he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Jacoby Brissett, touchdown, Arizona. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Extra point now by Ryland. He's got it, and the Cardinals will up the lead to 5.
Cardinals 31, Rams 26.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This will be returned from the 6. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
The Rams take over first
Kyron Williams and the Rams offense ready to get back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. And he let him a bit too much. That pass is incomplete. Kyron Williams, the intended receiver there. And it'll be second down.
There's certain guys, Mike, that have earned the right to make those tight window throws. And that doesn't mean that he's not going to get himself into trouble from time to time, but we've seen throughout his career his ability to make throws that other guys are either uncomfortable or unable to make is a big reason why he's kind of in a class all of his own. Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They need one right now. Third and long. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force fourth down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And some nifty running on the return. He's got some good yardage before he was taken down. The Cards offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. Operating from the gun is Brissett. He'll step up and run this. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
They'll run. It's DeMarcado. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Throwing on second down. Brissett was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
From the shotgun on third down, Brissett. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. A gain of 17 yards. It's an Arizona first down.
Cardinal first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up first downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
Still second down.
Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. DeMarcado. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Forced to his right. And he will score again. Jacoby Brissett. Touchdown, Cardinals. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Now Ryland for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Cardinals will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. On the return, here comes Corum. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Rams offense ready for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Tackled back at the 33-yard line.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Now on 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw. A pass complete there to Smith. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
And it is caught, but he's out of bounds. Would have been the 1st down, but he could not stay in. As a result, they're going to turn this over on downs. The Cardinals offense and running back Amari DiMercato set to take over once more. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. Only 1 timeout remaining for the defense. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now DiMercato. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5. The Rams use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Victory formation here as as he's down to a knee. Third down, they need 5. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, on fourth down, out comes Chad Ryland for the Arizona field goal. This one from 52 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cardinals will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. He'll take it in at the goal line. And he is going to be taken down, and that is going to do it. So it's a win for the Cardinals. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night, everybody.
Okay, this could be it. This could be the turning point. Let's go.